Okay, so this one is the limit as this function approaches 5 from the right. Okay, so if the 5, if it were just 5 minus x over 5 minus x, you'd cancel it out, and then the limit of a constant is just 2. But with the absolute value, something could be either negative or positive. Like, it's not going to necessarily cancel out to positive 1. Like, think about if I have x plus 3 over x plus 3, and they're the same factors, they cancel out to the number 1. With an absolute value, though, it could be, because you end up with that plus or minus issue going on here. So because you're coming in from 5 to the right, so think about the right side of 5. All right, so you're over here like at 5.01. Let's just think about that. Then you're going to have, and I'm going to write this up and then we'll figure it out a little bit easier, or not easier, but just using calculus. So the limit, so if you think about this as 5 minus 5.01 over 5 minus 5.01. These are the same numbers, but the guy on top is going to be a positive number because you're taking the absolute value of it. Because you're coming in from 5 on the right side of it, the denominator is going to be a negative number because 5 minus 5.01 is just a little bit bigger than 5. So this is going to be a negative. So these will cancel out, but one's going to be positive, the absolute value, and the bottom one's going to be the negative. So a positive 1 divided by negative 1 is negative 1 times 2 gives me the negative 2. Right. To me, that's the easiest kind of way to think about it. I know that, they, in algebra or calc classes, they'll go, well, the absolute value is plus or minus, 5 minus 5.01. And they do all that kind of stuff, but I never quite understood all of that. So I just look at it as these would be really cool because they're the same things and they could cancel out to the number 1, and then my answer would be 2. But that could cancel out and be a negative 1 depending on which side of 5 you're coming in from. If this had been this problem, the limit as x approaches 5 from the left side, all right, now we got a little bit different ball game. Because again, these will still cancel out to 1, but the question is it going to be a positive 1 or negative 1? Well, if you're coming in from 5 on the left side, that's like 4.9. So 5 minus 4.9 in here, and then take the absolute value, is still going to be a positive number. But on the bottom now, it's 5 minus, and then 4.9, which is smaller than 5. So 5 minus that number is going to be a positive. So you're multiplying by positive 1 then. And then that answer would come up a positive 2.